Hi guys, welcome back to the Funky Evolution Party. I'm Alice Green, and today we're going to talk about the new gangsters on the block. Um, you're like, huh? Well, let's talk about the evolution of mafia in history and how throughout history the peasantry system has not changed. We've just turned into modern day peasants, still feeding the system by the gangsters. And obviously, the new gangsters are the tech giants selling the Facebook fairy tale. CEO of Facebook is the same CEO as Disney. What are we selling to our children? Here, have my money and everything, and brainwash me. Bullet to the brain. Um, Now, we're going to talk today about the three shots that we've got. We've got gun crime, which is a massive problem globally, where we feel that we're empowered by holding a gun and killing each other. Mm-mm. Empowerment comes from empowering each other, not by taking away power from each other. That's not the game. Number two, there's that shot, which is given to you by the powers that be, which can mess with you in so many ways that once it's done, it's done. It's like that shot is the same as that shot. And then we've got our third shot, which is giving a shot to society and to the world and changing things and really, really making a difference. It's a Scorpio full moon, so happy full moon to everybody. And Pluto is going to be going retrograde for about a good 5 months. You guys are very lucky because I'm half a Scorpion, which means I've got that tail sting. And I've really, yesterday, wanted to punch 3 TV presenters in the face. Sorry, mind my aggression. But basically, it was about Greta Thunberg and how basically her mother is a bad mother for educating her child that the planet is on its way to being poisoned, our seeds are being stolen. I've discussed in great length that if the planet dies, we die with it. And all they could do was pick on this little girl, and I'm sorry, she's not little, she's actually a very intelligent young lady, and rather than put all this hate onto these young people who are our future. If we can't empower them with a voice to make the differences, she's gone through, she's found all the loopholes. Let me give this to you guys. Kids aren't kids. They just have less experience than us in terms of thinking. We, as we get older, forget. Everything is fresh in their minds. She can reel off facts, figures, pull out all the loopholes and tell you that what is currently taking place is not progression. It's just like sweep it under the table, tell the little girl this and she'll go away. Oh, tell her to read from a script and it will go viral. I've seen Twitter comments about this young girl where hate, pure, just like she should be killed and her mother is this, and speechless because those people that spit that venom, and it's so uneducated to say these horrible things about the future of humanity, number one, rather than empowering her and saying, wow, what a great young person who's stepping up and not afraid to say what she thinks. Because all this hate that she gets, imagine how she feels. It's not nice. I'm old enough to be like, pfft. But rather than, oh, what a terrible mother for convincing her child that the planet is going to die, and that's child abuse. Wow. You're saying that on Sky News? and pretending like we don't have a problem. I'm sorry, guys, but this is where the new gangsters on the block and us giving it a real shot. She's on the right track, and to be fair with you guys, I'm more passionate about the planet than I am about the people. But we can't save the planet until you guys change our mentalities, the way we think, and the way, rather than shooting each other and shooting ourselves in the foot, you know, why don't we start looking at how we're going to give the right shot to this funky evolution party? Food, fashion, humor, music. Those 4 things unite us as humans. Now, if we took a step back, seriously, I want you guys, because this particular moon is going to force you all to take that step back. It's all about death and rebirth and, you know, like, compost the crap and start growing as humans, as people of this planet, to have kindness. Kill them with kindness is the gangster motto. Empower others, not by stealing their power, but by offering them the inner ability to see that each individual is powerful. The only reason we're not is because of the disempowerment of the gangsters around us. The Facebook fairy tale, we're paying them, you're giving them your cash to mess you up. Guys, come on. We need to get real about this. What is the reality of this world that we live in? The modern day peasants, and I'm going to give you a quick example of my very amazing neighbors who I benchmark what is fair and what is not. Hey, listen, I'm not going to lie to you. I take things very chilled out. I don't want to work too hard. I don't want to earn too much. I take nothing with me when I die, so whatever. But I pay a lot of money to go to expensive schools, and, you know, I go to work and I all this money, 60% of my wages goes to my accommodation, to the wealthy landowners, predecessing hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years where we never owned anything, and we think we own a house. You're paying a mortgage to the bank, and who owns the bank? You own nothing already. Everything is already taken away from you before you've even had it. So we're modern day peasants who think we're privileged. There's no privilege in being a peasant. You might have a bit more than the peasant next door to you, but at the end of the day, we're all feeding the same system that is blowing our brains out. And then when they're not blowing our brains out, we're holding guns to each other, thinking that we're powerful. You've disempowered yourself just by doing that. Empowerment comes from understanding who you are, where our place is on this planet, and it's not to consume and destroy. We are poisoning. Every vegetable you eat is poisoned with pesticides and chemicals. Why is Alzheimer's? Why do the bees, there's a bee disease. Do you guys know that? They get Alzheimer's. Why do you think that's happening in our modern day world? We're eating the same poisons. They're taking away our seeds. They're patenting them. They're making money on them. Let's get with the program. Let's be real gangsters, the next generation of gangsters, where we empower not only ourselves, but the next generation, which is the youth, which is the Gretas of these worlds, which are the other guys who don't feel like they've got to say. Because every time they do say something, grown adults, and it was disgusting to see what actually happens. Like, the nastiness of what is supposedly educated people, and the only reason they say this shit is because they themselves know they are the virus, right? It's like, I've never educated my child to do that, so therefore that's a bad person. Mm-mm. What we need to do is start stepping up, start, rather than, let's take the real shot, which is coming together, uniting under one umbrella. Funky evolution party, love evolution. I love evolution. Things are boring if they stay the same, and this is what the next 5 months is going to throw at you guys. If you really think that, the way of the world is so fine and so fantastic and so perfect, let's see what happens over the next 5 months. Because when Pluto, my ruling planet, goes retrograde, and I'm used to jumping through the hoops. God, tightroping, backflipping through. But what about you? Do you think a gun is going to save you? Mm-mm. You think that's going to save you? Mm-mm. The only shot that we've got and that is going to save us is by us coming together. United we stand, divided we fall, under the one umbrella. And I seen it Saturday. There was an amazing peaceful protest in London. Italy has been doing amazing stuff through the artists, and like, they're really an arty protest. We have the power in our hands, and it's up to the next generation for us to empower them to step up, give it all we got, and take that shot. So please like, share, and get the message out there.